Okay, so today, guys, we are back with another episode of Punt or No Punt. And look who's back! It's Clanty! Clanty, how you doing, lad?
Yeah, doing good, mate. How are you doing? Thanks for having me on. Back on, I should say, actually.
Yeah, it's been a couple years since you've been on the channel last playing Punt or No Punt. Guys, if you didn't check that one out, I thoroughly recommend that you watch both halves of that. I don't think I've ever struggled so much in my life to follow what was going on in a poker hand, and I struggle frequently. But Clanty, you're here. You reached out to me. I mean, I felt like a celebrity. It's like, why is Clanty reaching out to me? He wants to make a video with me. So obviously we're doing Punt or No Punt, guys, because, you know, that's just the default. What's going on in your life? How have we come to pass in the night again?
So I recently launched a YouTube channel, and I'm going to be launching a new brand called Know Your Poker. It's going to be like a training site. So yeah, that's launching, and I wanted to reach out and do a couple of YouTube videos like we did in the past. I thought that was really good, really fun. So yeah, that's why I'm here. Let's have some fun.
Amazing. I'm hoping that we can get a few more things out of you. We've played some 100L, guys. We might be seeing some stuff on Clanty's channel soon, featuring me as well. So that might have already happened, depending on when I get this video out. So make sure you check out Clanty's links below. He's doing sort of like a road to high stakes kind of thing. I think there's some like washed up pissant YouTuber doing that, but this one's much better. So just watch Clanty instead. So we're playing Punt or No Punt. You guys, you know the rules already, but I'll explain them just one more time. The contestant today is Clanty, brings on 5 hands. And I will decide, despite the utter disparity in skill between us, I will decide whether Clanty is punting or not. And at the end, we will have a winner. Either Clanty is punting or he comes out victorious. I can't remember whether he won last time or not, but I think I might have to watch that back.
I think I lost.
You lost?
Like I think it was like a landslide victory for you. So.
Okay.
I actually realized last time I kind of misunderstood the theme.
Yeah.
I thought I only had to bring on losing hands.
No,
then I watched a few other videos. Yeah, so then I watched some other videos, other guests, and they had winning hands. I was like, oh, okay, so I can bring on some like bluffs they got through or something.
Yeah.
Like now some of these hands might win this time.
This is the beauty of the show. Like, I never see the hands, and you know, obviously, disclaimer. You're happy that I've not seen these hands before. Not the integrity of the game hasn't been violated. I never see them, so you can make it whatever you want. If you just want to win all the time, and that's fine, but it's going to upset people. That's the thing. So
yeah, I've mixed it up. Some hands win, some hands lose. So like that's all you get.
Well, we will work with what we've got, and what we've got is Ace Queen, Clanty, Luke Johnson. Are you ready to play Punt or No Punt?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go.
I feel like a guest on Who Wants to Be a Billionaire. The way you listen. Introduce me like Chris Tarrant.
I'm not quite Chris Tarrant, but let's do this. Okay, hand number 1 is Ace Queen for £100, Luke. No, not quite.
Not quite.
It's going to be opened up by for Green Dog shit. It's a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire reference if no one got that. Going to be opened up by Green Dog Shin. We've played these hands recently, I want to say, so should be fresh in the mind.
This one not so recently, actually. I don't know when, but anyway, yeah.
We're going to 3-bet. Pete O'Neill 74 is going to 3-bet.
Yeah. This was, for reference, I've told you already, but for the viewers, I was going to make like a fishy screen name to like capture some EV when I started playing on WPN, and I unironically misspelt Peter Neal.
I mean, that's maybe even better.
Yeah, but I guess so. Then I tried logging the account. Like, I can't log in. It's really unlike me to make a mistake later. I'm like tracking through my notes, and I copy and pasted the username. I was like, Niall.
Yeah.
Misspelt the name, so I have to live with that.
Well, I think it could even work in your favour. But let's see what Pete O'Neill's got going for him with Ace Queen of Spades. We get call. I'm in perfectly reasonable territory. So here, like, now I'm already lost. These days, I'm already lost. So, I mean, I imagine that we can use both. I guess having some checks and some half pots, that would be my default here. That would be my best guesstimate. Talk to me.
I would just bet my whole range here because this is such a good board for us in the big blind. Like, we 3-bet polar, so we have loads of random hands wrapping around the board. Like, we even got hands like Jack 7 suited and Queen 9 suited and Queen Jack offsuit and suited. So it's a really good board for us. And even hands like Ace King are value bet. Ace Queen is almost a value bet. It's like somewhere between the realms of value and bluff. So yeah, I'm just like pushing my whole range here. I should say I've not looked at these hands either. So I'm pretty sure this is right, but like some things in the same, I may say this video might not be fully accurate.
You're forgiven. We're going to go for half pot.
Yeah.
So you're betting everything for half pot?
Yep.
Okay. Sounds good.
It might be a bit of a cheat. Like, maybe I can do it like 85% of the time and I just make it 100% to make life easy.
Yeah, come on, mate. You can't do this. You got to do it 85% of the time.
I rolled for it this time.
We get call. Okay. So merits of continuing this hand. I mean, I'm just thinking about like how check plays. Like, do we check call? Like that seems really rubbish. Like, therefore, I'd probably just rather barrel. Like, I would just say something fancy like, oh, I double block the 10, yada yada, and then I would just bet like half pot, and then I would get called and I wouldn't have a clue what to do on the river. So that would probably be what I would do. Like just 2e and then like hope.
I don't think it's terrible to bet the turn. I feel like betting is definitely reasonable. We've got like the perfect suits for it. We have because I have bet the flop so often. I have other hands to use as well. Like I'm going to have all those hands I mentioned around on the flop. I'm going to have on the turn. So if I'm using this one every time, like if you don't want to check, then you're going to end up having so many bets going in. So I feel like this is going to be an okay check. And also, I did mention on the flop, this is almost a value bet. So on a brick turn, value bets don't decrease to like check folds, right? Like, because if I check, he's not going to bet $700. He's going to bet like $300. So I feel like check continue is pretty reasonable. He's going to have lots of random bluffs with the missuits and flop, which I completely unblock, and I do block the queens and queen 10 and ace 10. So there's like a lot of pros to check and some pros to bet.
Okay, so
that's my analysis.
Yeah, because my instinct was I really don't want to check and call, but like you're just happy to check and call, so that just changes everything.
Yeah, the board is super innocuous. Like if you just make this a bit more connected, like make the 4 a 6, make there be a flush draw, I'm with you. But because the board is pretty disconnected, I'm happy to check call. Unless he starts bombing, I'll just check fold. Okay,
check it is, and check back, and river is the jack of diamonds. Check. I think I'm I think this is maybe like I play a lot of hands in a lot of spots extremely badly, but I think this may be like one of the worst. Like this is probably where I'm the most clueless. Like I wouldn't know what to do here, and I would just end up checking because that would be like my safe space. Do you know what I mean? Like it seems like the worst, the easier thing to do. Whereas
the way to lose the least money.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I wouldn't even be sure what it would look like if I was bluffing here. So maybe that means we do need to use this. Like what hands would I have to bluff with? Ace. I guess if we bet range on flop and we 3-bet something like ace 5, that might be better than this. But
yeah, although like this one has pretty good removal.
Yeah, it does have good removal.
Folds, you know, like he's got a lot of these low hands in the name of 6-7 and then pocket pairs that are in a pretty tough time, and then the jack really helps our range. Like we've got so many other jacks to bluff in the river. Then when we hit the jack, it's like, okay, you've got few hands now to go with. I feel like bluffing this is okay, but I also don't think every time. But maybe every time. I'm not 100% sure, but definitely bluffing seems reasonable. Checking also seems reasonable as well. I've got some showdown, I guess. I can chop with his ace queen and stuff. You know, it's not like I've got nothing here.
Like, do you think he has? If he has 6-7, he just always like mostly checks the turn, or do you think would that not just reopen on turn? Or
I would mix. Okay. I would mix because the thing is the board is super innocuous. So imagine he checks back the turn and he hits a 6 or a 7.
Yeah.
How often do you think he wins?
Do I have to give you a percent?
No, but like just like, do you think you win? Okay, if he checks back and the river is a 6,
yeah.
Do you think he wins? Never, sometimes, often, always.
Sometimes.
Okay, yeah, I would say like sometimes to often, like somewhere in that realm, maybe like I don't know, 60%. So you can see how he's got loads of outs to realize for free. But if he bets and gets called, he kind of tortures those outs of 6s and 7s. Right. And also as well, because I'm supposed to bet, we're getting pretty technical here, but because I'm supposed to bet so often on the turn, I don't have many reopens in theory. Like if you were to control H and Pio and see all the different runouts or all the different rivers, my check frequency in the bet check bet is going to be really high. So he actually has a really easy bluff on river often as well. Yeah. So the check realizes a 6 and a 7 that he can probably value bet and an easy bluff a lot of the time too. So there's like a lot of other details that can go into the check here. I'm not saying betting is bad, by the way, but I'm just showing you the other side of things, why betting might be, or why checking might be good as well.
I swear every time I have you on, well, both times I've had you on, I've learned, like, I've heard things I've never heard anyone else say. Like,
you know, if that's good or bad. Hopefully good.
Well, I think it's good. Anyway, so I guess we're bluffing, and I can't see why you would bet small. I mean, oh god, I'm so lost here. Are we shoving? Like, is that something that we're doing? Like, what's the sizing here? 2/3 all in? Block all in? Hello?
I'm waiting. I'm not going to help you. I'm going to leave you out to dry.
Yeah, okay.
You can like give me your best analysis, then I can help.
I think I want to shove if you're making me bet, I think I would shove.
Okay.
It makes sense that we're going to have some 10x that check the turn. Can you shove like like ace jack here? I imagine you just can.
Yeah, easily.
So then I'm probably
really unlikely we lose the hand with ace jack.
Then I'm probably happy to just go ahead and shove. That would be. I always find that, and probably why I stunt here so often in when I'm actually playing is that when in discontinue, I just feel like people just never believe it. But that's just probably like an absolute omega leak. So I think shove is my go-to here. Now, Now what do you think?
Yeah, I think shove is good. I really think you can do anything but bet small with this hand. To be honest with you,
that was my instinct. That's good.
Yeah. So I feel like shove is pretty good. Like when you think about what we expect to get called by, we just have such good blockers to that range.
Yeah.
I even feel like he could get trappy with ace 10 on the turn. Like if he has black ace 10 here, does he always want to bet that hand? I feel like maybe not. So we have some removal to that. Then we block ace jack, we block queen 9, we block queen jack. Although queen jack probably bets the turn. But yeah, we have such good blockers that we want to block, and then also such good unblockers that we want to unblock. So it seems like a really good bet.
Yeah, and you do have chunks of value. So
and
but we check.
But you went down the betting path, not me. I was waiting to get to this one. Maybe I should bet though, honestly. That was probably a better line. I think betting is probably better, honestly.
Okay. Okay.
That's why the hand is in this set of hands today. What do we do?
So first things first. Well, we certainly don't beat value. What things can be bluffing here? Like 6-7 that check back the turn. What else is he bluffing? How can you be bluffing? So they
King,
called
queen, ace 9.
King queen. They called half pot on flop. King queen, ace 9. Ace 9 calls. I feel like I'm just fucking pitching ace 9. Well, maybe not. Maybe not of suits. Like if you have ace 9.
I wouldn't even. Yeah. I would even call ace 9 of spades. I think it's pretty easy to continue.
Do you ever fold? I just get out of the way. Fuck it. King queen. Okay, yeah, king queen. But then we have a queen and 7-6. It doesn't seem like a lot of hands, and I feel like he's just very. You're saying kick queen jack. You expect a bet turn, so I guess this makes you more likely to call. I mean, we're here, so we're definitely not. I mean, if you shove, my head will explode. I really don't think I'm ready for that. So I guess we're thinking about calling. I don't particularly like it, to be honest. Okay. Luke, I don't want to call.
This is like eerily reminiscent to the first video that we made years ago. Something that was going on in my mind is that, although I think I just miscalculated it, but it felt like a pretty rich bet here. Like this is B75, and I felt like he might only do this with a jack. Like, let's say he sits here with ace 8 or king 8 that didn't always bet the turn. I feel like he can reopen, but maybe not for this sizing. He's just kind of telling me he's got a jack or better, which I block like really nicely with the ace jack. And then I do unblock those flop suits. So he'd even have hands like king 9. I forgot that one. Like king 9 of clubs is a really clear continual flop. And then the 6-7 and the ace 9 and maybe the ace 7 as well. Maybe, I'm not sure if that one defends. Probably does with ace 7 of clubs. So I was just like seeing all those hands and hopefully him not betting anything but a jack or better. So I was just like, yeah, okay. And also sometimes you want to like, if you fold, you have to think of the implications. So if you fold, you're saying he's got a jack or better 70%, because again, I'm not giving him like pocket 9s and 8x. Right? I'm giving that for like a smaller sizing. Like maybe he just goes B66 exploitatively, like it may be B66, B75. So if I fold, I'm saying he's rivered a jack or better 70% of the time, because I put odds at 30%. And I just felt like that was unlikely. So I just pressed call.
Okay.
What do you think?
I'm going to go with punt.
All right.
Punt.
Fair enough.
I understand where you're coming from, but like also, like I just feel like it's not unreasonable whatsoever for him to have chunks of Jack X here, and not just that, but like he's gonna have King Jack, Queen Jack, Ace Jack, which is a lot, and then he's gonna have like not that. I'm not seeing all that many opportunities to be bluffing. I feel like 70% of the time. I mean, maybe you're right, but it's still a punt because we have to make some sort of decision. I don't know. I'm really. If I wasn't in this situation, I really would not want to call. So I'm going to have to go. I don't want to call. Anyway, we do call, and it's 1-0 to punt. But it doesn't mean we don't win. So we need to see 6. This is a problem. We need to see 6-7 when we see King Queen. That's pretty much it. Or we can see Ace Queen and chop.
Yeah. It's never a good sign when you see the same hand and you see a bluff and it doesn't all come to us like, maybe one of us fucked up, that's for sure. He fucked up, I fucked up. I think it's probably me, if I had to guess.
That's good. You deserve to lose then. I mean, this is completely the difference between what I'm doing and I guess what people on your level are doing. Like, I'm just not thinking enough to be in the situation where I'm not the guy betting and I'm not the guy calling ever. So maybe I need to think about that. Anyway, we spent probably too long on that hand. We're going to try and speed up, guys. We made a pact with ourselves, a Pete style pact to actually go quickly. We didn't. So we're going to try and go quickly on hand number 2. You 1-0 down, Luke. Let's go and have a look what we've got.
I can make it back. I'm confident.
I believe in you. Okay, hand number 2. Pete O'Neill is down 1-0 and 2.5 from same player and a button flat.
2.25.
Sorry, 2.25, of course. And a button flat, and we are in the big blind with 4-7 of spades, and we are going to call. Great. No more to be said. Any donkey donks? I don't mind just throwing out a little donkey donk.
Yeah, you know what? Like, it probably seems fine, but I don't get out of line because both players, by the way, are really out of line. So I just kind of, pardon?
Is it out of line to donk here?
No, I don't think it is. But I try. Oh, I see what you mean. I try to keep my game plan simple. Is what I should have said.
Okay.
Unless basically I need to think of a reason for me to be exploitatively doing it.
Okay.
Even though it probably is fine in theory, like these players are both good, and I don't trust myself to do a good job. So unless there's other reasons, I'll just check.
Okay. Check seems good.
But you probably could. Honestly.
Checks through. 10 of hearts. Check.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Can't see any reason not to check. And we get bet from here. I mean, I don't... So we can't fold, for sure. Raising... See, when I'm like, if I'm in game here, I'm just like, yeah, call. But I guess, like, when I'm looking at it now, I'm like, it just doesn't feel very good to call here. Like, it just looks a bit rough.
It is rough. Potter's are good, though. Sorry to interject. But, like, that is something to pay attention to. It's not a good situation, but the Potters are pretty good. If he bets 70% pot, then I'm more on your thought process of, like, this is crap.
Yeah.
And then maybe fold is an option.
So I guess we're leaning towards call. I'm just flirting with raise, but maybe with the fact that like 8-9 is out there and we could just be Stoneham's dead. I'm not a huge fan. You like raise?
I think it's okay, but I probably honestly I want like just that 7-6 blocker.
Yeah.
Give me the hearts or clubs, and I'm way more on board with it.
Okay.
But this one, I was a lot less inclined to do it because I have a lot of other hands as well, like just random. I can have this, and I can have like 6-8, 6-9, 7-8, 7-9, 10-8, 10. Do you know what I mean?
You want to have
like
an 8 or a 9.
Infinite.
Do you think he had? So is button checking back 7-6 of hearts on the flop?
I doubt it, but green dog shin can still have it.
Okay. Very good point. We call, and green dog shin raises with 7-6 of hearts. And so, okay, now I want to fold. I really do want to fold.
I didn't fold.
Yeah, I know you didn't fold. So this is not here, is it?
Really fucking boring hand if I folded.
Yeah, I would enjoy the fold.
Okay.
Like, green dog shin can have pretty much anything. Like, he can have 4-5, he can have 7-6s, 10s. Like, I mean, I know that an 8-9. I know that's not how you're supposed to think, but like, I also just do not understand what he could. Like, it doesn't make sense. I know he's very, very good, but it doesn't make sense to me what he'd be bluffing here. Like, it does. I guess
just like lots of combo draws, you know. Like he could have like a very similar hand to mine. He could just have the 6-5 or 7-8 or something, and then combo draws, pocket 8s, pocket 5s, and stuff like that potentially.
Ace-5 of diamonds.
Can I? Yeah. Oh, definitely. You know, if you got, I mean, that's just like a fist pump raise. But I'm thinking hands even weaker than that as well. Like if I was personally sitting here in the middle position shoes and I had like 10-8, 10-9, I would definitely raise sometimes. So I think there's lots of that's a bluff, by the way.
Yeah,
but
no,
yeah, like
that, I just don't like it.
in case viewers think it's a very thin raise. Yeah. Well, look, let me try and sell you on what I did because I don't think you're ready for what I did. Click the arrow,
Luke. No, I'm not ready. No, I you know what? I think I just might be done. It's exactly what happened last time. I don't understand the things that are happening here. Like this, it just doesn't compute for me at all.
So let me try and go salesman mode on you and maybe to the viewers because I'm guessing like no one is currently on board with me. So let's just say that we're going to be sitting in middle position shoes or the button shoes, and everyone's good reg here. I mean, the middle position and the button are good regs. Big blind is undecided right now. So just imagine that you're playing against two other eggs, and the guy calls and then back raises. What does that look like? Does it look anything other than just a mega trap? Like, really? Like, who actually sits here and bluffs? Apparently me, but no one bluffs in this. Like, there's no recreational in the hand, right? It's no like, oh, I've called to like induce a raise. It's just reg on reg on reg violence, and it's gone check, bet, no, check, bet, call, raise, call, raise. It's like the most underbluff line in the history of underbluff lines. And then both players are really, really good to make a really good fold. And by the way, I'm going all the way here. I'm not going to like raise, turn, check, fold, river. I'm going to be punting the money in on the river, 100%. So yeah, I'm just basically saying like, look, this is an underbluff line. It's just street poker. There's no other thoughts other than no one bluffs here. Please believe me. That's the idea.
I mean, great. At least it's not like in some disgusting multi-way solver land. The reason why we're doing this, it's just a
no. I think this. Yeah, it's like just imagine, like run me through your thoughts if you're middle position here, and a good reg. I mean, I don't want to say I'm a good reg, but like a reg calls multi-way and then back raises, like, and then you've got, let's say, pocket sixes. Do you actually feel good about that situation?
No, but I'm not going to fold.
Okay, but would you call down like all the way if he like shoves the river?
Look, I love to fold, so I can't sit here and tell you that I'm just going to snap it off. No, I'm going to be seeing monsters under the bed straight away. You're right. You are right.
It's super. It's just that my whole selling point here is just the way in which the hand's been played, right? And I don't struggle to have value here. I've got all sets. Okay, some tens will squeeze, but not all of them. I've got offsuit 9-8 because of rake, I think. And I've got 4-5 suited. So I've got like all of the good hands more than anyone else. And I've got this like super like mysterious hand almost, or mysterious line where like
junk.
Yeah, mysterious junk, but like it just looks like slow played nuts, honestly. To me it does anyway. I'm projecting, but like I just think if I'm in anyone else's position here, like middle position or button, and he does this cool back raise and there's no recreational in the hand, I just think it's the nuts.
Yeah, no, I do agree with you, but like I feel like Green Dogtion doesn't really have that many folds here. So like, if he calls and the river's like an 8 of diamonds, are you just gonna send it in? I guess
probably not, because I know I block the folds. I block the 7s that fold. I block the 4-5 that folds.
Right.
I don't block the diamonds. But if this bricks, like you best believe I'm going to be shoving the money in, like 100% of the time.
I mean, look, I'm purely because. Okay, okay. I usually get the result before, but no one's ever brought me a turn fold situation before. So I thought we were going to river with middle position, but we're not. So my assumptions are wrong. And even though I'm not supposed to see the results beforehand, I guess I'm going to have to give no punt, because a lot of my punting would have been as a me assuming that middle position doesn't fold enough. So if they just fold, like who knows what they folded, but like, yeah, I'm going to have to just give this one for the street points. I don't think I don't think I'm willing to punt you.
Cool. For what it's worth, I think Green Dogtion did fold pretty quickly.
Okay.
So Senos Satan, that's how I say his name, took time and folded. So I think he made a pretty big fold. I'm not sure. It could have been like a pretty good flush draw. Maybe he just like had like King Jack of Diamonds and decided that he was behind my nut flush draws.
They both folded.
Yeah, like, I mean the line is so nutted.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one thinking that, but there's when you've just got reg on reg on reg, no one fucks about with the cool back raise line. It's just like if they do that, it's because they have the nuts, and it's just like as Ben would say, they've just got the megaphone out and then just
this is pretty megaphony. This is the reverse vegan megaphone blockers.
Yeah, this is like when. Did you ever see the Simpsons episode where you had the kid Ronald with like the 10 megaphones strung together?
Yeah.
Right. This is like that, right? You've got like 10 megaphones ready to blast everyone's windows. It's like that's how I see it anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, you're gonna get this one. I honestly do not know what's going on in this hand. I'm glad that it isn't something that you've studied. I'm just glad that you were like, fuck you guys. I have all the hands, and I can relate to that. So I'm gonna give it to you. But I am wary as we go into hand number 3 at 1-1. That's a best of 3. Let's see what we've got. All right, it's 1-1. We got Jack 8 of hearts and a familiar name in the small blind, Brown Baller, who plays the Hustler streams. Is that guy?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's that guy. I don't know exactly what stream, but yeah, it's that guy.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure. No, it is.
Okay, they 3-bet to. Is this £1 million? I can't work it out because I'm not playing in big blinds. No, it's fine. It's just 10 big blinds.
It's just a lot more dollars.
Yeah. And I guess you're just calling because you never fold ever.
Yeah, and sometimes 4-betting, but I know you'd hate that. So.
Naturally.
Sometimes 4-bet, sometimes call.
Okay. I should look at my ranges. We flop a pair. I'm actually, okay with this. We see bet, and I would like to call.
Yeah.
Any objections?
Standard. No. I feel like this was just like two fancies and anything else.
So I'm expecting very large or check from Mr. Baller. It's going to be not huge, but I was expecting slightly bigger. And we just have a call, I suppose.
Yep.
Yeah. So far, we're in agreement. I'm getting ready to fold the river. Deuce of clubs, check. You're going to go all in.
You were expecting a shove, but you weren't aware of who was going to be doing the shoving.
Right.
Yeah, I just felt like this would... if he's got any 10... he just has an easy shove, and there's not many better 8s that he bets the turn with, and I think even pocket 9s just like shoves anyway. So yeah, it felt like a pretty clean shove, and he's even going to have hands. I can see your distaste for this already. He's even going to have hands like Ace King that can value bet the turn because the board is Badoogie and disconnected. So yeah, I feel like he actually has those pseudo value bets like Ace King and Ace 3. That can go, and even maybe like 9-8 as well, that can bet the turn and then check, potentially call the river. So I went for the super thin play. There's also like, he's a red liner, I'm a red liner. So there's, people are going to call down thinner than people at lower stakes potentially. So yeah, I went for the value shove here.
I actually don't mind this at all. Like, this I can process because I don't think anyone ever checks a good hand on this river.
Mm-hmm.
I think just...
Then you've got to get called half the time by better. Like, definitely, if I check back, I win infinite amounts.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I can value bet. That's the tricky part of it. I need to get called by a worse hand more than half the time.
Nobody's checking jacks, queen 10, king 10, ace 10 here. They're just never doing it. So, like, jack 8 just goes through the roof in equity, right, in pot share, whatever you want to call it. And words. And the only problem I have with what you said is, you're like, oh yeah, pocket 9's easy, easy shove for value. Like, I'm. So on the one hand, yeah, I think they could call pocket 9s. So I think they could check and then tank. Like, if I was him, I would check and then tank and then fold pocket 9s. This is why I'm playing a different game. I like it because I don't think they ever have good hands here. Like, maybe they have something like Jack 10, but you're saying they're going to shove that and they're going to shove pocket 9s. If that's true, then I guess we just have a pretty clear shove because it's not like they're going to bet ace 8 on the turn, is it?
I think they can, but that's probably the thinnest that they go. Yeah, to be honest. But like, look at the texture; it's so disconnected here.
Yeah.
Right. And again, I think there is like some realm of ace 3, ace king. To be honest with you, I do think that can bet. So like, if you've got ace 3 of spades,
yeah, ace king for sure.
Yeah. So there are going to be some hands that can, like, if you've got ace 3 or ace king and you go bet check and he shoves, you just have to call, right? So there are some hands that I can see calling worse, and then very few hands. Do you? Well, I'm hoping he does. He's also super stationary, this guy as well. So it's I can see some calls, and I can't see many calls that are better than my hand. So I just I think if I shove, I get like 90% fold, and then the remaining calls I need to make sure I'm ahead half the time, and I'm gambling on that being the case. Not 100% sure.
Yeah, the other half of the battle, I guess, is we're going to have the best hand a lot, but how often do we actually get called?
By worse.
Yeah, I mean, and we called 2 bets on a Badoogie. So like, what do we have that bluffs? Like, we have what? I guess Queen Jack and Jack 9.
Yep, Queen Jack, Jack 9, and Ace 4, Ace 5 that can peel flop.
Yeah,
with backdoors. And maybe like naked king queen here. I don't think people call that, but I do think it's supposed to call. If you've got king queen of clubs, I believe you're supposed to call king queen of clubs on the turn.
I have never called king queen of clubs on this turn in my entire life.
Yeah. I know. This is I mean, I could also be wrong, by the way, but like, just get the feeling that king queen of clubs calls turn, to be honest with you. And it's something that you just don't see people do. It's one of those like finds that only like people that have done a lot of studying will find. That sounds super arrogant, but I hope that doesn't come across too badly. So yeah, I think king queen can also be in the range too. That just like closes its eyes and shoves the river too. So yeah, there's a few hands that I can bluff, definitely.
I mean, I'm definitely on board with this one. Let's put money in. I'm definitely on board with this one. Especially against this guy. Like, I know I've watched a few of his hands. Like, yeah, he is sticky, and I just don't think we lose. So like, you know, yeah, it's like, we don't lose, but then I don't want to shove and get called by like Jack 10 or whatever. I just don't think it's that likely that we. 10. Yeah, he doesn't have Jack 10. Okay. You see, I feel like I'm in a different realm a little bit, but I think when as soon as I saw this, I was like, yeah, he's going to shove, and I'm okay with that because I just don't think this guy has good hands. Getting called is like, you know, there's this small window of like, yes, he folds all the time. Then the rest of the window is like he's going to have like pocket nines that calls, and then how often does he hero compared to that? Probably hero's enough, I would say. So yeah, I like it. No punt. 2-1 lead. Cool. Nice. Heading into hand number 4. Brown baller. Can we get the call? That'll be fun. We do get the call. Don't know if we want to or not.
What do you think based on my face right now? How's your live reads?
I think you're going to win.
Okay.
And I think he's going to have Ace King or Ace Queen. But I don't think he should call Ace Queen. Ace King seems a lot better.
Ace King seems more like reasonable for sure.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
He got me good on that. I mean, I say he got me good. To be fair, if he shoved, I would have snapped cool.
Is this did he snap you off?
No.
No.
But he didn't take too long. It took honestly, it took enough time for me to feel pretty good. But like only just, you know, like, okay, so if he takes less than 5 seconds, I'm thinking fuck. If he takes more than 20 seconds, I'm pretty happy. And I think he took like between 15 and 20 where I was just getting to that amount.
Yeah.
And I was just getting to myself, like, you know, that false sense of security that you should never get yourself into, but you do inevitably as a poker player. Yeah, I was getting myself there, and then he called, and then he won. I was like, But even seeing his hand, I think if I got called by Queen 10, I placed terrible.
Yeah.
But getting called by Ace 8, it's like, okay, I can live with that one, to be honest with you.
Okay, well, you got it through in punt or no punt. You did lose $4,000, but you know.
Yeah, well, like 1,300, whatever that was. I was really torturing the rest away before the hand.
Classic Clanty. Actually,
I'm down so much money on your YouTube channel. So much money.
That's what we like to see. We want
Perhaps
to see
more than anyone.
We want to see the robots losing money because that makes us feel more normal. Right, you're winning 2-1. You just need to win one of the next two, and you'll actually win punt or no punt. You're feeling confident?
Yeah. Well, actually, the next two are like they're two hands that I want to have one rating for, actually, because they're with one player. So like both hands have, so I'm not sure how that will be. Maybe we can end 2-2 or 3-1, but I think it's actually one rating for the next two hands, if possible.
Wow. I mean, you don't make the fucking rules around here. That's one other thing I will say. Let's see how it goes. I don't have a clue what's coming, so let's just see how it goes. Maybe like, they can be, if they want them to be one, if you lose and it's 2-2, then you lose because it's an encapsulated like double barrel. So
okay. That seems like a really unfair.
Someone's got to lose.
Small print at the bottom. Yeah. Okay.
Right. Let's go and have a look what the hell you're on about. All right. Luke's moving the goalposts. I don't know if I'm going to allow him yet, but let's see how it goes.
So both of these hands are going to be against this guy here, Payson.
Okay,
so I was wondering, how am I in the hand?
So who is Payson?
Payson was a very, very large recreational, if I can say that. As Ben would say, a beluga whale. He was like truly out to gamble yesterday. It was early for me, late for him with time zones, and he was having a good time.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was really splashing. We had played for about half an hour before this hand.
Okay.
So yeah, reads of that he's a really big recreational, but also really aggressive pre-flop. So like for example, he had open called 7-6 offsuit early position versus my 3-bet from the button or something. So he's super splashy. He's not necessarily super aggressive post flop, but he arrives to post flop with way too many hands. So that was my reads.
Yeah. I love how you ask on my channel whether you're allowed to call someone a large recreational. Have you watched my stream before? Right, we're in there. We're 3-betting. Okay, look, fine. Whatever. Like I love this, by the way. I might have even been you that I got this from, and I've just forgotten it was you. Wow, this is like a real moment. Like, if a recreational opens, I'll like, rather than 3x in position, I'll like 2.2x to just get them heads up in position. Is that something you do?
Well, I actually just do it anyway, even versus regulars.
Oh,
but
it's
but it's better versus a recreational because you can get super out of line, and I don't think people adjust enough versus me. This is like absolute suicide for me saying this now because of the regs knowing what I'm doing. But yeah, game on. So you can just go super, super wide here, and then hopefully look to make some money. Okay. So yeah, I'm going with like probably 20% 3-bet in this situation.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. So far, I'm on board. You don't need to work any harder. And this is perfect. Well, now I wouldn't describe it. Before the flop came down, I was really happy about what was going on.
Yeah.
Now I'm just
so
not happy.
remember, you can kind of like reserve judgment, hopefully, until the next hand, right? Because this is like the arsenal for the next one. This is less punty, honestly, than the next hand. The next hand is the talking point. Let's say.
I will do them both at the same time, but you have to accept that if you lose this hand, then you lose. That's the deal.
That's fine. I'm not losing anyway. It's fine.
Right, Jack 8-9. I mean, get me the fuck out. Like, check and then just stop doing things.
My game plan is similar, but like I'm checking and evaluating his timing because this guy is, like I said, pretty splashy. So if he checks again on the turn, depends what the turn is, obviously. I might take interest. Right now, I'm not going to because I've got nothing. But I might do something with nothing on the turn if I get some sort of read or feel or something. That seems
really good. So if he snap checks the turn, you're going to bet.
Yeah, it depends what the turn is. Like if the turn's an ace, I might not do it because he can definitely just like snap check ace deuce. But if the turn is a deuce and he snap checks, then I might just like unload turn and river.
Unload. The test. Okay, so we check and we're patiently waiting like a leopard to see what he does. 7 of diamonds. How quick was the check?
It was fast enough to tell me that. Okay, put it this way: it's like twofold. He can still have a good hand, but if I bet and he calls, he doesn't have a good hand. When I mean a good hand, I'm talking about like a hand that will cool down all in on the river, right? So if he's got a 10, he's going to bet or check raise. That's the only two things he'll do. He's not going to, and also I'm not going to go big here. I'm going to go small-ish to keep his range wide. So if I bet like, I forget what I did, like a third or a half pot, maybe like B40, he's not going to have enough good hands to then cool down. So I went half pot, yeah. So this is like a little probe to him to be like, or from me to him saying like, okay, do you have a good hand? If you do, then I lose a half the pot. He could just fold here anyway. And if he doesn't fold, he's probably got a bunch of crap that will fold the river.
Okay. I mean,
I do have a gut shot here as well.
I play against this kind of player all day. So this is interesting stuff to me. I've already like closed the window on mine. Straight. Okay.
Pretty good. So, and remember, I don't think he's got a 10 now.
No, you've decided that he definitely doesn't have a 10.
So now I'm just like thick value bet territory.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so we just have a clear value bet. You don't think that you're going to get called here ever. So you can't do anything like silly. You're going to have to bet like half pot or 2/3 pot.
Yeah, something like that. He's still got some like, maybe 2 pairs, but definitely 1 pairs. And this player is, again, this guy is not your average recreational, okay? He is absolutely punting off money. Like so many examples I had yesterday have been punting off money without listing through them. He just, like, if he's got King Jack here and I bet 2/3 pot, he probably doesn't think twice. He probably doesn't even think twice with like Ace 9.
So why are we trying to fucking bluff the geezer?
Because I'm going to go all in if I'm bluffing, right? Like, the difference is if he's not going to call Ace 9 to all in, but he might call Ace 9 to like 2/3. Obviously, you don't want to do the same thing.
I wish you were bluffing and he just had King Jack and just like, yeah, cool. So it's weird because like if I'm against this kind of player, the last thing I'm doing is thinking about how to get him to fold. Where you're like completely opposite. Like
look, sorry, go on.
No, that's what I've got.
There's a really like common consensus that you shouldn't bluff recreationals, and I just think it's a load of crap. There are definitely times that you don't want to bluff recreationals, but on average, I'm super aggressive versus recreationals. I even do a lot of private coaching, which I call like a bullying section of just like bullying your way through recreationals. Often I have guys that approach me like typically from the US, and they'll like have a massively losing red line because they play in pools full of Rex, and I'll change them to have a positively winning red line against Rex and winning more. Because there's a whole other side of poker which is like, okay, like bluff catch and value bet Rex, but also bluff them as well. It's not just blue line, there's also red line involved. So yeah, I have like a very different opinion to probably 95% of people when I play poker against Rex. I'm like, I'm willing to put money in where I think it's profitable. I'm not just doing what you did, which is like giving up the flop because I don't connect with it.
What do you say fuck me for? Right, fair enough.
A little bit of a throw under the bus.
Mate, I'm already under the bus. The wheels have fucking gone over me 2 years ago. So we go for about that much. That looks good. They call.
Yeah.
And they have a set, which they were never going to fold.
Yeah. This is the most illegal river of all time, by the way.
Yeah, that is
ridiculous.
Well, it couldn't be anything but offsuit because he's got the others. But
yeah, true.
Yeah, that's totally unacceptable when you're playing against the whale, to be fair. I'm glad you
But
recognise
look at
that.
his check call. Look at his check call on the turn as well.
Yeah,
absolutely outrageous.
That is a disgusting check call on the turn for half pot, to be fair. Okay, so this is good setup. I can't do punt or no punt for this one because, like, you know, it's just not whatever. So we're going to go straight into the next hand. This is the first for punt or no punt. I always do say, if someone comes on the show, it's your show, and you have it however you like, because I've never seen the hands before. So we're going to do it. Look, this for the first time ever with no cut. We're going straight into the next hand. Payton's in the big blind, 3 bets, 120, and we've got ace-8 suited, and we're never folding in a million years. So let's call and see a flop.
This guy had about 50% 3-bet, by the way. He was super aggro. Okay, like he was 3-betting as much as he was opening. He was playing something like 70, like I forget the exact stats, but like it was around 50% 3-bet. He was super wild. So this is not nutted. Okay,
can we only call then if he does that, or do we ever just like pile this in, or do we just always take in position?
I think it's a good question. I don't know the like perfect answers to that, to be honest. With this hand that plays so well in position, I would just call. But let's say I had ace-jack offsuit, maybe I start piling that because I'm still ahead of the range and I don't play so well. So yeah, I think with a hand that's got better blockers, and also if I 4-bet, he probably doesn't fold hands like ace-9 offsuit and king-10 offsuit. So I'm like still ahead of his range. Ace-8 though, I like playing a flop. But maybe I could also 4-bet, to be honest. I didn't think about it.
Makes sense to me.
Anyway, we've arrived at the flop. He bets B75.
I mean, I guess how you described them, we just can't fold. But like, fold.
There's no way you can. This one you have to just defend. Like he's aggressive. I'm in position. I got a lot of backdoors. There's no way I call pre to fold the flop.
Yeah, that of course. But I just kind of just don't want to be here at this point. I'm not happy. Now I'm like, whatever. Okay, so 7 of hearts, and they want to bet again. Well, like, we just call, right?
He sized down here. Did you see that?
Does it look like I saw it? No. Okay, so he does size down. Do you think he knows what that means? Do you read stuff into that?
Yeah, I read a lot. He might not be thinking, but just subconsciously, you got a good hand, you go bigger, which he did on the flop. Then your hand's not that good, you size down on the turn. Like, that is, it doesn't require, like, pio solver. It's just, like, human tendency. You're not happy, you put less money in. Like, you're not happy, you invest less. You're happy, you invest more. It's like, you know, pretty simple stuff. And yeah, I read a lot into that, to be honest. I read less into it if they go half pot, half pot. If I like, maybe I would go 2/3, 2/3, and they've gone half pot, but that's just different. That's like a different bet sizing pattern. But when he actually told me he's willing to go big on the flop and then sizing down the turn, now that means something to me for sure. He's obviously less happy about the situation on the flop. Right?
Well, we obviously can't shove because he doesn't fold, so we just call.
Okay, fuck.
Well, he's not going to fold, is he?
Yeah, but I can get it in good, potentially.
So you want to shove the turn?
Yeah. I'm not value shoving. Like, he will fold sometimes. Remember, this guy's 50% 3-bet. Like, this, just to reiterate myself, like, this guy is not your average guy. He's going to have, like, king, queen of clubs here, right? He's going to have king, deuce of clubs. He is super out of line. Remember, he had 5s on the turn. He check called on the 4 straight with just a gut shot and a set draw.
Yeah, but we're okay. Like, would you not just rather than just like go call if he has like king deuce of club? Like, he's just gonna snap fold all those hands. Like,
yeah, it's super dicey though. Like, it's like infinite bad rivers. Like, I don't want to give him equity. This is less dicey than calling. I feel like calling is really playing a dangerous game because as so many hands, I've got like gut shots or open enders or you know, it's not an easy cool down. This board is super connected. Whereas if I shove, I get some folds. If he does call ahead, I've got probably at least the open ender plus my live overcard. So I'm going to have, if he's all got a flush draw, I've got 11 outs. So I've got 25% against pocket jacks, no diamond. It's a pretty good deal to me. And again, I don't even give him pocket jack. He bet big on the flop and then size down the turn. I'm just giving him random crap, to be honest with you. And I even get it in good sometimes against king 8 of clubs, for example.
Okay.
To be fair, like, this might be a punt, but I see so many. It's a really hard thing to calculate because I see so many hands that bet fold, so many hands that bet call, so many of those hands that bet call are behind me, and so many hands of those bet call are ahead of me. It's really hard to, and also, like, are they really far ahead of me? Are they just a bit far ahead of me? It's pretty hard to calculate. For example, if he's got like king queen of diamonds, I'm a favorite, but then if he's got like 7-5, then he's doing pretty well against me. So it's hard to see where the lines are. You know, it's a pretty murky situation.
Yeah, it's super murky because of his VPIP. Like, he could just have any cards.
Exactly. Look, if this guy had like 15% 3-bet, which is still pretty big for a recreational, I'm just never doing this. But this guy he's super out of line. I'll stop saying that now, but you get what I mean. Like, that's why I've shoved the turn here.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of wanted to shove pre, so I mean, I'm just wondering, like, I feel like he could just have like a 9 and be doing the 2/3 half pot thing. I feel like he could just have like pocket fives. Is he going to bet? He's probably not going to fold that because he's got straight draws. Like,
for sure, yeah. Maybe, that's why it's so murky, because like there's so many hands.
Yeah, so like we're just going to get called like and be behind like a lot. But like I have to really, because I play against some whoppers, but like no one that's like going to turn up here with king deuce of clubs. Do you know what I mean? Like. I feel like that's just a kind of person you only find at these kind of stakes. I don't think
like these guys don't sharp much, by the way. Like this guy is a special kind of. You get them at all stakes, but this is what I call like an alpha recreational, where he does the bossing. Like usually recreationals are whaley, right? They're like cool, happy. Then you get some guys who are kind of aggressive, and then once in the blue moon you'll get the alphas, right?
Yeah.
Those guys are like having a really bad day or something, right? Or they're having a really good day, who knows? So yeah, you've got to play way differently against them.
I'm just wondering whether calling just like, and then calling the river a thing, or like checking back and winning. I don't know. I don't think I can. I think because my natural tendency in every one of these situations is to avoid all of these spots. So I can't just sit here and be like, no, what are you doing? You can't do this, but just because I don't understand why you're doing them. Well, I understand why you're doing them, but like just because I feel too weak or like avoidant to do the things that you're doing, like you're finding every single little, I didn't play with the guy, but you've assessed that this is probably just winning, and then you've got the wherewithal to stick it in. Like I don't think I can punt it just because like who the fuck am I to like I'm just a weak little puny shit reg that just like avoids all conflict in every single spot. I don't think I can in all good faith just be like, no, what are you doing? Like I just think that would be ridiculous if I did that. So
yeah, it's pretty tough. Like even though I'm assessing maybe more things than you are, I'm still lost.
Yeah.
And also for what it's worth, calling cannot be bad. Okay, like calling has to be fine. I believe. Okay, it's one of these things where if I'm doing a coaching session, I would say I believe shoving is good, but if I was playing with your money, I would not tell you to do that because I'm not confident enough with somebody else's money. You know what I mean? Whereas like if I was more confident, then it's a hard thing to like. Do you see what I mean? I'm confident to gamble for my own money, but I'm not confident to be like, you have to do this.
See, for me, it's the opposite. When I'm playing live with Ben's money, I find it really easy to stick it in. But I'm much more protective of my own. No, I appreciate where you're coming from. And the fact that you're just like searching for every edge in spots where I just am not at all and just playing like, oh, I just need to have something against this guy. I've got to have something. Like maybe you just don't. I think I'd rather shove pre, personally. But that is, again, just to avoid being in this situation, having to make the more difficult decisions, because I know that probably that decision is going to make money, and I don't know if this one does. Do you know what I mean? Whereas you're like, blah, 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 blah. This one probably does as well. So let's go with no punt, which means you've won. You've won 3-1/4-1.
Is this like 2-1, kind of like no punt, but maybe like undecided?
I'll give you a 3-2 win. I'll give you a 3-2 win. Right. How about that? Okay, I'm going to let you win because I think it's important that I let you win here because for me, although I'm still not going to do this. Right, let's have
maybe a look. if there's one takeaway, it's just to like be a little bit more curious about recreationals. That doesn't mean you sit here next time and shove ace-8.
Yeah.
But it just means next time you got 6-4 in the last hand, you don't just like, oh, that table's gone until the hand ends. I'm going to look at the other tables now. There's still timing tells and there's still things to pay attention to potentially.
Yeah. So when Ben tells me to be curious, that's just a Clanty echo. Right. Good to know. Right, I'm glad they called because I really want to see what they have to see how good/bad this is. You've already won, so whatever. Okay, I mean that's so much of a better hand than you've described them as having. So like maybe I like it less than I did, but like that's just revisionist, isn't it?
No. It's a good point. Not to ramble on. Like this is a good hand. Like he's picked up a draw.
Yeah.
The fact that he sized down does go against my hypothesis of him not having good hands.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. If he shows me
king deuce,
I don't know, King to his
pocket fives.
Yeah, if he shows you pocket fives, it kind of like checks out. He's not got a good hand, but he did just press call this time, and then he folds the king deuce of clubs.
Yeah.
But the fact that he does size down with this, it might also tell me he's got pocket queens that I didn't think he had.
Yeah.
There's also like when I'm playing poker in general, I won't be results oriented. Definitely seeing the Jack 10 is it's a good thing because I scooped the pot, but it's potentially a bad thing for my bluff. It's really important to like learn on the job here. Don't just be like, oh, I scooped the hand next.
Unless he's bet calling the turn with way too many flush draws, i.e. all of them, in which case
I think he will definitely. There's no way he folds blue cards here.
So he has like king, so then maybe he just does that with all those flush draws, and then we are printing. Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, that was a very interesting. I like the way we took that. I've never seen hands like this before in Punt or No Punt, and we explored some concepts and some nuggets that I'll probably cling on to for another 3 years, if you don't mind. I'm still drawing my 3-bet river bluffs from my value bets. Do you like that?
Oh yeah.
For all this time,
I'm glad. Now you have to start 3-betting the turn with the 7-4 of spades.
No, multi-way. No.
Yes.
Right, let's do a quick wrap up before we leave you today. Okay, guys, that was Punt or No Punt with Clanty. Clanty's won a 3-1/3-2. Hopefully that wasn't controversial. I don't make the rules, apparently, in my own show. Clanty, you've won. How does it feel to be back and to be winning?
Well, to be honest, it's like, as far as I'm concerned, it's still 1-1 based on the first show.
Ooh,
so I'll come back in the future and, best of 3 in the future, I feel like.
Back when you're back at high stakes and you're back playing 20k. Let's see.
Yeah. Hopefully, touch wood, then we can do the final episode of the best of 3. Sounds good to me.
Wonderful. Well, thanks a lot for coming on, buddy. And guys, if you haven't already checked out Clanty's channel, obviously it's going to be, if you didn't know who he was already, after today, it's extreme value. So yeah, if you were watching Bet a Bad Beat and you've only got time to watch one channel, just go over there and watch that instead. He basically made him anyway. And continues to. Thanks a lot for coming on, buddy. I appreciate you a lot, and looking forward to doing the video on your channel and being picked apart limb from limb. So yeah, catch you on the next one.
Thanks for having me on again.
No worries at all. Absolute pleasure. Guys, see you on the next one. Do subscribe to the channel and drop a like if you haven't done so already. All the best.